If you are a student with no credit, there are some credit cards for you, but you got to be very careful, okay? So, in today's conversation, I want to share with you the best credit cards for students with no credit. Number one, I want you to think about the Discovery Student Cashback. This is not a secured credit card. This is an unsecured credit card, okay? So, it's important to really specify that because when it comes to no credit cards, a lot of providers like to only give you secured credit cards, but Discover is doing things a little different. So this is an unsecured credit card, okay? You're able to earn 5% cash back on everyday purchases at different places you shop every quarter, like grocery stores, restaurants, gas stations, etc. So you do have a system of rotating categories, okay? Of course, it does help if you have a pre-existing relationship with Discover Bank, okay, that maybe you have a checking account or savings account. Discover Bank is actually a primarily a digital bank, and it's an online bank, okay. And you also have the cashback match that Discover has, okay. That's pretty good. And one thing I want to say here is that basically this is a wonderful credit card for students because you have a pretty decent APR range too. You're looking at 17% all the way to 27%. So if you are a student with little to no credit history, you can benefit from the Discover Student Cashback card for its reward structure, lack of an annual fee, and intro offer on purchases. So this is really good. And the icing on the cake, you want to know what it is that the card also comes with Discover's unlimited cashback. Discover will actually match all the cashback you have earned at the end of your first year, and there is no minimum spending or maximum rewards. So that's pretty good. So one thing I want to say here is that there is no credit score required to apply, and you have high rewards categories in certain areas. But they do cap the rewards category to $1,500 in combined quarterly category spending. So, but again, it's pretty good, okay? And also, one thing I want to say here is that there is no annual fee, and you can build your credit with responsible use. Another credit card for students with no credit is another one from Discover, and this is the Discover Student Chrome. So the student cashback is kind of cool too. But the Chrome also is really good. This is not a cashback credit card. It is a rewards credit card in the sense that it is a card that's great for gas and dining rewards, okay? Here you have up to 2% rewards rate. So you can earn 2% cashback at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 in combined purchases every quarter automatically. And so that's really good. Plus you also benefit from the cashback match feature that Discover has, okay? In terms of APR, you're looking at 17 to 27%. That's the normal, if you will, the normal APR range, okay? So not only can students with no credit apply for the Discover Student Chrome, but the card also earns rewards, okay? And this is really good. And it also comes with an intro APR offer on purchases that can benefit anyone who wants extra time to pay off some large purchases. And so the card's rewards are just so compared to others in this category, including the Discover Student Cashback that I just spoke to you a little earlier about, okay? But it's still good anyway. The card has no annual fee. You can earn rewards while building credit. And the cashback is actually, the cashback is, the cashback that you earn is automatically matched at the end of your first year as a cardholder. Only the first year though. Discover is not doing this every year. It's only the first year. But the reward earning is capped in the highest categories to $1,000 in combined purchases per quarter. For the Discover Student Cashback, it was capped at $1,500, but for the Student Chrome, it's actually at $1,000. And so that's pretty good. But long story short, one thing I want you to understand is that you can redeem your rewards for cash at any time, and no credit score is required to actually apply for this card, okay? You also have 0% intro APR on purchases for 6 months. than the standard variable purchase APR of 17 to 27%. Next, you have Capital One Quicksilver Student Cash Rewards. Again, all those cards I'm telling you, those are unsecured credit cards, okay? So this is pretty important because a lot of folks think that if you have no credit, you have to actually get a secured credit card necessarily. You don't have to. So the Capital One Quicksilver Student Cash Rewards credit card is actually great for elevated flat rate cash back, okay? So you have unlimited 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel and 1.5% unlimited cash back on other categories, okay? You also have a welcome bonus whereby you earn $100 bonus, okay? The card has no annual fee. The regular APR is a little higher than what you have with the Discover credit cards in the sense that Capital One is charging you anywhere from 19% to 29%. And one thing I love about this card is that it has a simple cashback rewards structure that's actually a brace for you if you're a student new to credit cards and rewards, okay? Redemptions are equally as smooth. Take your rewards as a statement credit or have a check mailed to you. Plus, the card has no annual fee and no foreign transaction fees, okay? Making it a good companion for a travel abroad. So if you're a student who likes to travel every now and then, you would appreciate the flexibility that this card has. So although rewards simplicity may be a best for some students, other cards in this category actually offer more significant earning potential. That's what we have seen in our research, okay? So just think about this card is actually great for, let's say, it's actually a straightforward option, ideal for you if you are a student, you want to get started on the right foot with the building credit, okay? So this is pretty good. And one thing I want to say here is that basically you are able to earn $100 when you spend $300 in the first 3 months. And there are no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, no hidden fees. Okay, none of that. Okay. And you can lock your card in the Capital One mobile app if it's misplaced, lost, or stolen. And this also Capital One gives you up to $500 a year by referring friends and family when they are approved for a Capital One credit card. Another credit card I want to share with you is the Capital One Saver Student Cash Rewards. Again, this is an unsecured credit card, okay? That's great for maximizing everyday spending categories. And the interesting thing about this card is that you have up to 8% reward rate, so you can earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores, excluding superstores like Walmart and Macy's. I mean, and also like it really depends. Okay, so you can earn $100 bonus. Okay, again, the APR is pretty high. You're looking at 20% to 30%. Okay. And so this bonus rewards rate on the card is impressive for anyone who likes to spend on food and fun and aligns well with life outside of the classroom, okay? Now, a notable exception to the entertainment category is collegiate sporting events, making it less rewarding to show your school spirit than a card that earns 1.5% cash back on everything else, okay? So basically, if you are a student with an active social life, you will find this Capital One Saver Student Cash Rewards credit card tailor-made for your spending pattern because it has the right sort of features for you, okay? Like if you think about it, no annual fee, no foreign transaction fees, excellent cashback rewards, but there is no low introductory APR, and you do have limited bonus cashback reward categories, and those categories are actually are rotating too, okay? But that's really good. And one thing I want you to remember here is that basically you only have the early spend bonus. You can earn $100 when you spend $300 in the first 3 months. So this welcome bonus is kind of similar to what you have with the Capital One Quicksilver Student Cash Rewards, okay? And also, one thing I want to say here is that you can you can earn unlimited 5% cash back on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, where you'll get Capital One's best prices on thousands of trip options. Next, you have the first card credit builder with cash back for college students. And this provider is kind of new in this space, but I thought it was a good provider because you have up to 15x cashback. So you can earn up to a 15% cashback at partner merchants, up to 10% random cashback on qualifying purchases, and 5% cashback on others. Okay, there is no welcome bonus, but there's also no annual fee. Okay, and since this is a credit builder card, there is actually no regular APR and there is no credit check also. Okay, so but this is the niche here is pretty interesting because it's pretty unique, because if you are an international student without a social security number, it's kind of difficult to get a US credit card to start building credit. And the first card credit builder card with cashback for college students offers a solution to this problem by pre-approving student without a social security number to use to actually use their passport or individual taxpayer identification number to apply. Okay, now it's something that's important to understand that the terms are a little the terms and conditions are a little confusing, because you'll have to open a bank account with first card and make a deposit like most secured cards, but there is also a monthly fee that starts at $4.99 and increases depending on which account plan you choose. Other secured cards for students don't have a monthly or annual fee. Plus, the features you are eligible for, like earning an APY on your deposit and credit monitoring, vary depending on whether you have an ITIN or not. So, something to really think about, okay? And so, the first card, Credit Builder, remains actually, this card remains a wonderful opportunity for international students who don't have a social security number and want to establish credit in the US. So, the key word here is students who have no social security number, okay? Because there is no credit check to qualify or pre-qualify. There are no interest fees, no annual fee, no late payment fee, no foreign transaction fee. So that's pretty good. So another credit card for students with no credit is actually the Connexus Credit Union College Real Rewards credit card. And this card is really good. The only thing is that Connexus is a credit union, which means that you have to be a member of this credit union to actually get the credit card. But the cool thing is you don't have to live in a specific location to qualify. There is no geo restriction with Connexus, so that's really good. So when you think about this card, I want you to think about the best credit union card for students with no credit. Okay, so you have up to 1.5x rewards rate. In other words, you can earn 1.5 points per dollar on all eligible purchases, and there is a welcome bonus of 2,500 bonus points. There is no annual fee, so that's pretty good. And you do have a regular APR that's pretty decent too, 18% all the way to 28%. Okay, and this card has no credit check, so that's pretty fantastic. And this card actually, if you are a student right now, you listen to me, you will actually you will find this card interesting for two reasons. You don't need to join the credit union to apply, which is pretty good, because usually credit union credit cards, you have to join a credit union. But in this case, you don't need to join. And the card also comes with an introductory APR offer that includes both purchases and balance transfers. So this is pretty good in terms of flexibility, okay? A low APR offer at the introduction is actually a rare offer for a student credit card, and even has it's even less common if you're considering balance transfers. Other perks include earning simple, straightforward rewards on your spending and basic Visa cardholder benefits, including roadside dispatch and Visa concierge access. So that's really fantastic. And one thing I want to say here is that, remember, there is actually a 3% foreign transaction fee. So just remember that, okay? And also, there are no bonus rewards categories. and other student cards offer more benefits and perks. Okay, so that's something to really keep in mind. But the cool thing is that although you can redeem your rewards for travel, cashback, gift cards, or merchandise, the value of these redemption options actually fluctuates. Okay, sometimes it can be good for you, sometimes it might not be that good. So I just shared with you the top 6 credit cards for students with no credits, okay? With no credits. Let me give you a little overview about the whole conversation here. So the way you actually, let's say, compare and contrast credit cards for students with no credit, you want to look at the rewards, you want to look at the fees, the regular APR, the introductory APR offers, you want to look at the welcome bonus and other benefits. This is important from a flexibility point of view, especially if you want to get things done properly, okay? At the end of the day, a student credit card is a little different type of credit card because you can't legally have your own credit card until you're 18, but it can be challenging to get approved if you don't have any credit history. That's where student credit cards come in. These cards often have more lenient underwriting criteria than cards designed for those with some established credit. The best credit cards for college students with no credit have no annual fee, earn rewards, and carry other benefits too, like intro APRs and other helpful services. So you have to really be aware of that. And one thing I want you to remember here is that basically to get a student credit card with no credit, you want to choose the card that's right for you, right? So I just share with you the top 6 credit cards for students with no credit. So choose the one that really works for you. You want to submit an application and wait for the results. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, you just have to wait and go through the underwriting process. Trust the underwriting process, okay? But one thing I want you to really understand here is that if you don't have to wait to be a student to actually get a credit card. There are also credit cards for teenagers with no credit. Okay, there are a few of them, but there are available. So basically, if you're 18 or even younger and you have independent income, you are able to get things done depending on the state you're in. But usually, the easiest strategy is to become an authorized user on a parent or trusted guardian's account until you're old enough to apply for your own credit card, okay? And one of the approved criteria for a credit card, student or not, okay, is your ability to repay any charges you might make to a credit card. So there is actually an income requirements, but the list of what counts as income for student cards is expensive and includes scholarships, allowances from parents and others, okay, and people who are part of their network. So, as an epilogue into this conversation, I'll talk to you about the best credit cards for students with no credits. Those credit cards include the Discover It Student Cashback, the Discover It Student Chrome, the Capital One Quicksilver Student Cash Rewards, the Capital One Saver Student Cash Rewards, the First Card Credit Builder with cashback for college students, and the Connexus Credit Union College Real Rewards. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.